The rise of a generational, paradigm-shifting superstar in professional sports doesn't just impact TV ratings or sponsorship dollars. It reshapes the very laws of survival for every player on a roster. Physical positioning, endurance, biomechanics. All of it is redefined when an offensive engine like Caitlin Clark enters an organization. Half-court basketball as you knew it? Gone. Static, conventional play is replaced by a fast-paced, high-intensity track meet on the hardwood. Suddenly, every player faces a choice. Let your career fade into irrelevance while complaining about missed touches, or confront the unvarnished reality, reorganize your training, adapt your body, and tie your personal brand to the multi-million-dollar spotlight. Do it right, and you unlock generational wealth and opportunity. Two players on the Indiana Fever, Sophie Cunningham and Lexie Hull, have quietly executed the most cunning, ruthless survival strategy in modern WNBA history. While much of the Players' Association negotiates for a bigger slice of revenue, Cunningham and Hull are building private equity portfolios, transforming their bodies, and subtly asserting their influence with the new coaching staff. They're playing a game beyond the court. To understand the full scope of the Caitlin Clark era, examine Sophie Cunningham's off-season metamorphosis. Known in the league as the Enforcer, Cunningham built her reputation on physical toughness, setting crushing screens, absorbing contact, and protecting her teammates in the paint. At 165 pounds, she dominated the half-court style, delivering punishment on anyone who dared challenge her or intimidate rookie guards. But Cunningham, a player with elite basketball IQ, realized a harsh truth. Being a stationary enforcer is a death sentence in the Caitlin Clark economy. Minutes, influence, and opportunity now belong to those who can move, adapt, and thrive in an accelerated, high-powered system. So, she reinvented herself. She restructured her body. She enhanced her conditioning. She evolved her game to match the relentless pace of a Caitlin Clark-driven offense. This isn't just physical preparation, it's strategic survival, ensuring she remains indispensable in a championship-caliber puzzle. Welcome to the breakdown. This is the Clark era, where the smartest role players are quietly building empires while the rest of the league battles for scraps. Understanding Cunningham's transformation isn't optional. It's the key to understanding the new biology, business, and brutality of professional basketball today.
To cut down on weight, because she know Caitlin Clark has cut down on weight. Caitlin Clark got rid of all that The Rock and Fast 5 muscle. She's back to Iowa skinny CC. You know what that means?
Sophie Cunningham went from 165 pounds down to 148.5 pounds. For a professional athlete who already maintains elite physical conditioning, that is an extraordinary loss. Almost 16 pounds of body mass. But the significance of this transformation goes far beyond the scale. It's rooted in precise biomechanical strategy. Cunningham is recovering from a tear in her knee's medial collateral ligament. Carrying extra weight while rehabbing a serious ligament injury isn't just risky. It's potentially career-ending, especially in a league operating at the fastest pace and highest possession rate in its history. The force applied to the knee during high-speed deceleration increases dramatically with each pound of body mass. Cunningham's calculations were clear. To survive the upcoming season physically, she had to optimize her body, reducing it to its most efficient, injury-resistant state. But this weight loss isn't just about protecting the knee. It's about seizing opportunity in transition. Caitlin Clark's exceptional passing ability annihilates opposing defenses before they even have a chance to set up. As a wing for the Indiana Fever, Cunningham is mathematically guaranteed to receive pinpoint, perfectly timed passes, whether a 50-foot lob to an uncontested layup or a wide-open corner three. If she's able to leak out at the exact moment the defensive rebound is secured. Speed is everything. To capitalize on Clark's passes, Cunningham had to be lighter, faster, and more explosive. She sacrificed her role as the team's heaviest enforcer to become a deadly transition weapon, a player who thrives in the fast-paced, offense-first system Clark has engineered. Listen closely to the tactical brilliance of this decision. Cunningham didn't just lose weight. She reinvented her entire game to survive, excel, and dominate in the Caitlin Clark era.
Sidebar, Stephanie White, Lexie Hall better be a starter this year. She better be a starter this year. Don't try what you pulled last year, starting Delana.
Sophie Cunningham is about to move like a track star. She studied last season's footage with surgical precision, observing Caitlin Clark herself shedding muscle mass, slimming down, and preparing to push the pace to unprecedented levels. Cunningham remembered what happened to Aaliyah Boston during the first half of her sophomore year. Boston, accustomed to a slower, methodical post-up game, entered the season slightly heavier. The sudden acceleration of Clark's relentless tempo left her visibly fatigued during the opening month. She didn't reach her full potential until her cardiovascular conditioning caught up with the pace. Cunningham, however, is skipping the transition phase entirely. She stripped the extra weight, optimized her conditioning, and is returning to the Indiana Fever as a highly mobile, devastating catch-and-shoot threat. After shooting an impressive 43% from beyond the arc last season, she ensures she is always first to the corner when Clark fires a transition pass. But survival in Indianapolis requires more than physical adaptation. The other half of the equation is navigating the volatile coaching chemistry and locker room politics threatening the franchise. When the front office appointed Stephanie White as head coach, the team's attacking identity shifted dramatically. White is an experienced tactician with strong ties to veteran stars, notably Kelsey Mitchell. She could prioritize isolation scoring and veteran-heavy rotations, which directly conflicts with the fast-paced, spacing-dependent system that amplifies Clark's generational impact, a dangerous proposition for the team's championship ambitions. This is where Lexie Hull becomes the most critical and most contentious piece of the puzzle. Hull is the model of the modern 3-and-wing player. She doesn't demand the ball, she doesn't complain. She stretches the floor with elite perimeter shooting while applying suffocating, relentless defense. With Hull on the court alongside Clark and Cunningham, the Indiana Fever's offensive geometry becomes mathematically dominant, nearly impossible to counter. Yet coaches have a habit of overanalyzing the obvious. Publicly, head coach Stephanie White received an unambiguous mandate: start Lexie Hull this season. It wasn't a suggestion. It was a crucial, non-negotiable directive, because in the Clark era, assembling the right combination of wings, shooters, and defenders isn't just strategy, it's survival.
Season, Hull has also been building her off-court profile. Now, this is a part of the Caitlin Clark effect. Make no mistake about it. We've seen Sophie Cunningham in Nash and Arby's commercials.
No games, no experiments. This team must start Lexie Hull. The fan base isn't making a casual suggestion. It's a tactical imperative. If head coach Stephanie White tries to play politics with the starting lineup, favoring slower, veteran players who disrupt spacing and demand isolation touches, the entire offensive system will collapse. You don't put a multi-million-dollar Ferrari engine into a car with flat tires. Clark's generational talent demands surrounding her with low ego, athletic shooters who sprint the floor at breakneck speed and lock down defensively. During the second half of last season, Hull proved her irreplaceable value. When the team was faltering under season-ending injuries, she stabilized the roster with relentless defense, floor spacing intelligence, and seamless chemistry within the trio lineup. Any deviation from this is tactical malpractice. But Lexie Hull's brilliance isn't confined to the hardwood. Off the court, she's quietly executing the most sophisticated, forward-thinking strategy of the offseason. Historically, WNBA role players relied almost exclusively on their league salaries, with few opportunities for major endorsements. Nike, State Farm, and Gatorade rarely spotlight them. They fought for scraps in the professional sports economy. Hull, however, has identified a massive untapped opportunity in the modern attention economy. While fans debate starting lineups and union negotiations, she is leveraging visibility, analytics, and branding to build what may become a private equity empire, turning a role player career into a multi-million-dollar, off-court financial powerhouse.